Welcome along. We begin our roundup of Week 18 at the Stade Guichard, where leaders PSG moved 7 points clear at the top with victory over 10-man Saint-Etienne. The capital club had already sealed the unofficial title of autumn champions before Leandro Paredes fired them ahead. The goal eventually awarded to Neymar though, after he got the slightest of touches. The Brazilian then teed up Kylian Mbappe for 2-0 on the stroke of half-time after Jean Hérault had been sent off for a nasty tackle on Paredes. The France star's up to over 100 goals at club level and he only turns 21 this week. Mauro Icardi also got his name on the score sheet as usual, turning in Levin Kazawa's cross to make it 8 in the league this season. Saint-Etienne fans letting off fireworks in the stands, but it was PSG providing them on the pitch. Mbappe doubling up late on to take his tally for the season to 9 goals. PSG on fire despite Neymar also missing a penalty. That is now 5 straight league wins for the first time this term. Marseille remains second, but they're now 7 points behind PSG after their 6-game winning streak came to an end in Metz. The home side took the lead 5 minutes before the break as Fabien Santon teed up Nguette for his 2nd goal of the season. Nguette was then brought down in the penalty area by Hiroki Sakai early in the second half, but Metz top scorer Habib Diallo would see his penalty saved by Yohan Pelé, who had earlier replaced the injured Steve Mandanda. The Albatross very much living up to his name. Marseille then rescued a point thanks to their super sub Nemanja RADONJIC, who's now scored 4 goals in 5 games and all of them from the bench. Andre Villas-Boas' side are guaranteed to stay second over the winter break. Lille boosted their podium hopes as they made it 4 straight wins at the expense of Montpellier, extending their home unbeaten run to 14 matches. The opening goal came from the penalty spot as Victor Osimhen was fouled by Geronimo Rulli. The Nigerian handed the ball to Jonathan IKONE, who would sweep in his 3rd of the campaign, matching his tally from last term. But Montpellier equalised on 74 minutes. Arnaud Souquet's cross was flicked on by Florent Mollet, and there was Andy DELORT to stab in at the back post, getting his 6th of the season. But it was Renato Sanchez who had the final word, conjuring up a brilliant winner 6 minutes from time. The Portuguese winger opening his Ligue and Conforama account in style and capping off a superb individual performance. Lille are 4 points behind Marseille in 3rd place. Rennes also picked up their 4th consecutive league win thanks to Eduardo Camavinga's late strike at Lyon. 17-year-old rising star netting his first professional goal after slicing through the Lyon defence. He is definitely a player to keep an eye on in the coming weeks and months. Well, Lyon have now lost 4 home games this term. That's more than the whole of last season. And they also lost Memphis Depay and Jeffrey Adelaide to cruciate ligament injuries. Disaster then for Lyon, who slipped down to 8th place in the table. Rennes, on the other hand, are up to 4th. Well, Nantes have won 9 games in Ligue and Conforama this season, and all of them by a 1-goal margin. They grabbed their 6th 1-0 victory away to struggling Nîmes as Moses Simon teed up Imran Louza for his 2nd of the campaign. Lovely finish there from the France under-21 international. Well, Nîmes are now winless in 11 games and they remain 19th in the table. The Canaries, on the other hand, are flying high in 5th place. Toulouse remain bottom of the pile after suffering an 8th consecutive loss at home to Reims, and that equals an unwanted club record from 2005. An early Christmas present from TFC centre-back Augustin Rogel for Rémi Houdin, who swept in the game's only goal on 9 minutes. Houdin on target for the 2nd week running after that shocking error from Rogel. The Reims, who have kept 10 clean sheets this season, are up to 6th place. Toulouse, on the other hand, are very much in trouble. It also finished 1-0 in Bordeaux as Strasbourg picked up just their 2nd away win this season. Ludovic Ajorc firing in from close range after a corner. The big man getting his 4th goal in 6 games and his 6th of the season in total. Bordeaux were never really at the races in this one as they suffered their 2nd straight defeat. They slipped down to 7th in the table while Strasbourg are up to 13th. Angers had the better of the chances as they welcome Monaco to the Stade Raymond Coppa, but Stéphane Moulin-Sub were unable to find a way past Benjamin Lecomte. Sadatube close to his first goal for the club early in the second half. At the other end, Ligue and Conforama's top scorer Wissam Ben Yedder never really troubled Ludovic Butel. Angers might have snatched all 3 points at the death, but Angelo Fulgini was also denied by Leconte. The home side nevertheless snapping a 3-game losing streak as it finished 0-0. It was also goalless at the Stade Francis Leblay, where Brest goalkeeper Gauthier Larsonneur made a host of brilliant saves to keep Nice at bay. This one came on just 2 minutes as he kept out Willan Cyprien. And yet it was Brest who had the best opportunities to win the game after a moment of madness from Dante. The Brazilian giving the ball straight to Gaëtan Charbonnier and then fouling him inside the area. But Charbonnier, last season's top scorer in Domino's Ligue 2, is not a man in confidence. He's only netted once all term. He hadn't scored in 13 games before this one, and he extended that drought to 14 after crashing that spot kick off the bar. Amiens picked up their first point in 5 games as they drew with Dijon. Some quick thinking from Jean de Cadiz gave Dijon a 19th minute lead. The Venezuela international has now provided 2 goals and an assist in his 6 league starts this term. But Amiens hit back just 9 minutes later as Jourdain Lefort crossed in for the returning Moussa Konate. The Senegal striker making his first start in 3 months after injury and opening his account for the season in style as it finished 1 apiece. So all of the results on a low-scoring weekend with only Lille and PSG netting more than 1 goal, 15 of them in total. Lille were also the only side to win on home soil, with 5 sides victorious on the road and a total of 4 draws. Paris have restored their 7-point lead at the top, and they still have a game in hand against Monaco to come in mid-January. Marseille are 4 ahead of Lille and 5 clear of Rennes, although the Brittany side will take on lowly Nîmes in another rearranged fixture after Christmas. Nîmes and Toulouse remain locked on 12 points at the bottom, with Metz 4 points better off after their draw with Marseille. There's then a 5-point gap between Dijon in 16th and Brest in 15th, with Saint-Etienne and Montpellier dropping into the bottom half. The first half of the season ends next Saturday with all 10 games scheduled for 8:45 p.m. PSG and Marseille are at home to relegation threatens Amiens and Nîmes, while Lille go to Monaco, and Rennes will be looking to keep up their winning streak against Bordeaux.